Hello and welcome to another edition of Let's Make. Today we're going to make a concrete barrier. As you can see through these pictures, there are numerous styles of barriers that you could choose from. I choose this one. This is kind of the standard design. There's many variations of even this design, but for the tutorial's sake, we're going to start with this one. I have already researched through the interwebs, and the dimensions even vary on that basic design. So what we'll do is, let's see, I'm going to do 0.6 wide. We'll do a 4-meter section, and we'll do it about 1 meter tall. And then I'm going to do 2 height sections. Now I could cut this after the fact and cut it right at, right here and right here, but might as well just add the height segments in now. So we'll just right-click Editable Poly. I've already added in my material. So I'm going to put this one at 0.1. All I did was I Googled concrete barrier dimensions, and you'll see the thousands and thousands of results. We'll do this at 0.4, 0.35, 0.35. We'll bring this in, and then we'll bring the top in a little bit more. Okay, so now, based off this picture, you can see there's like a slight edge right there, like about a 45 degree. So we can add that in. Let's go to chamfer, do 0.05, 0.03, yep. Do it the same on the other side. Chamfer, 0.031. Alright, then we're going to clear auto smooth. My guess is those are the same. Yep. So let's, what do we got here? 3, 2, 2. Alright. I want this to be a crisp line on this seam. So we're going to change it up. As you can see, it already changed the shading. And I also want the crisp seam here. So we'll make that 11. Because when you look in the picture, you could definitely see an edge. It's not smoothed over, it's not rounded over. You can definitely tell there's edges there. So I want to make sure we get that. Now this is one way of texturing it. So we'll come in, we'll see it's material 7. Drop it on. And instead of unwrap, we just go to UVW map, box, and we'll, depending on your texture size, will depend on what you want to do here. Let's try maybe 3. Yeah, that looks alright. So let's go ahead and convert to Editable Poly. And there you have a basic concrete barrier. To the point, let's render this out and see what she looks like. Alright, so we're done with our basic concrete barrier. Now what you can see is, there's this line here. You don't really see this line here, or these edges here. Now in game, it might show up a little bit better, but in the render, you really can't see it. So you could map this different, and to be able to paint on it. So what we'll do is we'll grab it all, We will unwrap, edit, concrete barrier. Alright, we're just going to select these. Now here's your ends. If you just want to select one of them, just move it over. Alright, and we're going to flatten this. Let's move that up. Alright, that should be the bottom. So we'll put this over here, or down here. Alright, since you can see it a little bit, we need to rotate these around. Alright, so I'm going to go to vertex mode. I'm going to turn on snap. I'm going to select that. So let's select verts. You can see this line's blue. See those dots? The verts there are blue. That one's blue. That one's blue. You see this selected? That's blue. That's red. So let's rotate this around. So now, it's really hard to see probably, but you can see how that's blue. That's red. Well, let's snap that down there. Should be the same here. Oh, helps to get the right end. Alright, so that is red. There you go. So we just rotate this around 180 and snap that there. There's your bottom piece. Alright, so let's rotate them to fit. Whoop. Now you want to give a little bit of wiggle room. You could go to the edge, but I do like to give just a little bit of lip when you're mapping, so the texture does bleed over the edge some. Because if you stop right at the line and there's two different colors, you could get a little bit of bleeding from one color to the other. So I usually make sure there's just a little bit of lip when I'm mapping like this. So now you just come up here, render UVW template, which is in tools. My material I'm using, my texture I'm using is 1024 by 1024. Just going to leave all these settings exactly how they are. I'm going to click render. And it basically gives me a template, or exactly what you see on the screen. So I'm going to save this as concrete temp, since I've already tried this to practice. And then I'm going to open that up in Photoshop. So give me 1 second. Alright, now it's open in Photoshop, so I'm just going to copy, select it first, then copy it, and then I'm going to paste it over the top. And then I usually just delete out the extra. Alright, so let's just make sure it works. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just make the font a lot bigger. And rotate it 180 since that's the opposite. Let's get rid of that. And let's save it. See? 3, 4, 1, 2. Alright, well now you have a basic template for your barriers. You could have left it alone before if you just wanted a simple tileable textured barrier, but now you're able to put your banners or signs or different color concrete in general. If you want to shade, I'm pointing at the screen so you can't see it. If you want to shade these creases, or even shade this section here, so your seams are more pronounced. Whatever you want to do, you have a template to do it. Questions or comments, please put that down below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, And as always, thanks for watching.